So welcome back to Finnegan's Farm, welcome back to part 12 of the 3650 restoration project. As you can see here, we've been busy there spraying the cabs. Arlene has come along and she's completely resprayed the whole cab, so we're ready to start assembling most of the parts back onto the tractor. We have a lot of parts behind us here now which have been resprayed, and you can see there, if we go travel down here, everything has been taken out of the tractor. Panels, inside panels, diesel tanks. We have an issue with one of the diesel tanks because someone put a number plate on the front of it and drilled right through and went straight through into the diesel tank, so we had a bit of a leak there, so we had to send the tank off to get a bit of welding done on that. But everything else is here. We have our arms, all the air filters, steps, guards there for the diesel tanks, battery boxes, radiators, arms. The arms were completely, Colin done a job on them. He cut the ends off, put new ends off, and he had to re-drill some of the balls because they were slightly smaller than the shaft, so he's that done as well. The air filters and any other bits belonging to the cab have been resprayed there, so we're ready to. We have Jerry Sheridan will come along here now, and he's going to just give the lads a few more pointers maybe on reassembling the parts. So we'll go across now to Jerry over here. Few little tips and tricks maybe to reassemble. The lads Caleb is in here, and we're going to maybe run through the few bits and what we're going to talk about reassembling everything. We have most of the parts here ready to go back, so later on in the video you'll see where everything will be reassembled. But just to go through it initially there, Jerry, just here on the wiring end of things.
Well, on the wiring there, as you can see, we have a lot to do here before. We have to tidy up this whole wiring loom. Safety start switch, your four-wheel drive, all that has to be sorted out. So Caleb's going to source a new end for this, and he's going to rewire it. Now that's safety start switch, four-wheel drive, pressure switch. That's all there. So we have a problem. I see Paul here with a cab mounting which is broken out of its position. So that'll be all bit taken off and reattached. I'm sure you get that one.
Yeah, we'll bring it over to Colin there. He can weld that up.
So we move on up. We do the wiring here. No great snags there. Everything seems to be all right in position. We move then. Caleb's going to fit the manifold, turbo, all them bits, and that'll leave. He'll be gone so far. Then up to the front. Then he'll be doing all the oil cooler,
water pump,
oil reservoir. The water pump is all right, and this one I think putting a
new one on this.
Yeah. We then move on, diesel tank, front. Now the wiring will have to be sorted out. I think Caleb, you said wiring in the front is not good.
Yeah, all the wiring, even in here at the back and at the front, is going to be a bit of a bodge from different repairs over the years. So
we may be able to get a short loom for the front for putting in there.
The wiring has gone very hard on it too, and brittle,
that's
isn't
what
it?
happens.
Yeah, it's just with heat.
It breaks up with heat and all that. But before you would put your tank in, you do all that.
Yeah.
Because you have a great access with your tank in. Get your front in, get your light mounted, get all that done. There's no problem. You have your tank pipe here, all in position, has to be sorted out. You have a rear tank for this.
We have a rear tank, so if we were going to use, when we get all this assembled, we're going to start the tractor before we put the cab back on.
When all this is assembled, I recommend that you start that tractor before you put the cab on it. Test your high-low, test your four-wheel drive, test everything. See that everything's all right. See your hydraulics are up and down. You'll have your arms finished at that stage. You'll have them on. You'll have your hitch finished at that stage, and you'll have it on. Make sure everything's working. Then put your cab on. You know then that you don't have to remove the cab if there's some little small problem.
Yeah, we can work here just with top tank, can't we? We don't have to.
You can work once you have your oil system in place. You can work just with your diesel tank in position. You don't need the bottom one for that if you don't want to put it on. But I would suggest you put the bottom tank on before you put the cab on, because it's too awkward after that. You'll be taking off wheels, you'll be doing all sorts of things to sort that out. Everything else you have under control.
Yep.
When you have all them things on, that tractor will look the part then.
Yeah.
And as you say, you're getting your wheels, your tyres and that sort of.
Yeah. So Evan is about assembling today, so the lads are going to crack on here. So later on in the video you'll see Evan assemble. We probably our wheels will be on So we will be ready for cab at some stage. Now the cabs are, there's still a bit away on the cabs in fairness, but I mean there's still a good bit to be done on the cabs. But we're going to reassemble all the parts back onto the tractor here, and we're going to get the two of them up and running. So later on in the video you'll see, hopefully we'll see smoke at some stage anyway. So Jerry has after been here, and he's just given the lads a few pointers there. So they have been working hard here putting on the manifold gasket and the manifold with the turbocharge, and they have the exhaust box, water pump, radiator and the fan back on here. So we'll clip across them over here. They're working on other tractors, there's a few bits to do on that as well. So we see them here, they're fitting the fan onto this tractor here. We have radiator to go on here, haven't we, Caleb?
Yeah, so I'm just walking away from kind of back to front is what we have to do. So the next, we are after fitting a new water pump to the other tractor, and the viscous fan was locked on this one. So what we decided to do was actually do away with a viscous coupler, and we're able to bolt our fan straight to the front pulley, which was done in the other tractor, so we're able to copy from that. All we have to do is get a space or just get a bit of clearance from the back of the fan to the alternator. And
we have a fan belt to replace there too, don't we?
Yeah, we've fan belt to replace. Really easy to do now because we've brilliant access. So all you have to do is take an intermediate shaft to our hydraulic pump, and we can change our belt then.
What else are we on this side then? We have alternator and we've starter on here.
Yeah, so we're able to fit our alternator after painting it up, and then with our starter just had to make up a bit of a special tool one evening just to get it off, and it's the only way we can get it back on because the bottom bolt is down and up, and it's fairly awkward to get in on. It's full arm's reach. So
we have our cowling behind here. We just need to get a new rubber. We've that rubber ordered, so we'll have the rubber to go around the cowling here. The other cowling off the other tractor was cracked there, so we have to get a bit of plastic well done on that, but hope to have it the next day. So yeah, look, we're building from the back up as a Caleb. We'll have our radiator and our diesel tank is ready to go in. We've done the diesel tank back, so we'll put it in as well. So
and kind of the way we have to keep working with it is we'll do one complete section and we'll get everything right, and we have a 3350 behind us as well to look at and reference with. So once we've everything done on one tractor, we'll go straight to the next one. So you know, doing a job a second time is always faster, so we can just keep a bit of momentum going with that. And then we have a lot of work still to do with the likes of our wiring looms and that, so we're after laying out everything with the right way that they're routed, and we have a bit of work to do now with all our ends. If we have any corrosion on our wires, we have to get them cleaned up, new terminals and heat shrink as well, just get everything nice and tidy then for the final assembly.
So we've got our tyres as well. Our tyres are after going on the rim, so you'll see the tyres going on the rim. As I said, we went with the original 520s there, the Trelleborg fit there, where we bought the tyres and JB tyres there, so the lads came down and fitted them, and sent down a few jackets as well, so thanks to the guys there for that, I appreciate it. So you'll see the tyres being fitted anyway, and they'll probably still, the wheels will be the last to go back on it. We'll keep these original wheels here on them because it's very easy to walk around it there with the narrow wheels, and until we get the cabs back on. We'll get them running now. The next day hopefully we'll have completely assembled, and we'll at least get one tractor, have it going and checking everything out on it as well. So then we'll work on the other one then, and then it'll be cabs and wheels.
So we have nearly brand new Trelleborg 520 70/38s. And we have two of the exact same sites. So here we have Paddy now fitting them.
Trying to.
Trying to now. So it doesn't look like a standard Trelleborg tyre to me anyway. From
Your version, that?
aye, because the Trelleborg tyres I've seen so far now haven't had this kind of second rib on them. And a blue tyre, whatever that means. Paddy might explain more. Here we have all our painted rims laid here for. Right, so the first thing Paddy's doing here now is, I suppose, just a bit of a lube for it, isn't it?
Well, that's actually a sealant.
Aye, so.
Just to seal it with them wee grooves there, you know, help it blow out, help it seat the beach properly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that you only really use it whenever you're putting it on tubeless, you know.
Oh, right, right. Aye, so it's not a lube, it's more of a sealant, well, kind
It's
of.
a sealant, aye, that we're going to put the lube on the tyres themselves actually.
Yeah.
So that here, just sort of out what the tyres is much here. This is up here.
Oh, right, right. Just a while, like WD-40 or something of the likes.
No, you wouldn't use WD-40.
Really?
No, you never put oil in your tyre.
Ah,
Oil rots tyres.
really?
No, oil grease, or something you put on there. Just eat away at the rubber.
Yeah.
And you're in problems then, especially with a machine that's not been used that well a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like this here, whenever they're kind of half plastic.
Just at a touchy edge.
That's actually stuff I use there is that. I think the stuff you use to shine your car tyres.
Oh, really?
That's all it is. Great stuff for taking the bike properly.
So you could spray a bit on the outside of the tyres after and have a look at what.
That's it.
Oh, it's shined up.
It's bad looking whenever the tyres are all shined. Well, parts of the tyres are shined, the rest of them's not, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, so as you can see here now, Paddy is a fairly, well, you keep everything organised, laid out all the rims into sets, and just keep everything right and make sure there's no fuck ups, the tyre going on the wrong way or
Not the first time. It's okay on an old drum, but when a good drum is painted,
you don't want to be taking it off
no,
again.
you don't want to take it off again.
I can be Paddy in these Trolleybug tyres now. I've seen plenty of Trolleybug tyres before, but I've never seen a blue tyre stamp or this second ridge.
Well, this here is for grip. That's really gnarly because the old Trolleybug, very thick lug on them.
Yeah.
Didn't perform sometimes as well as they should have done in the field. So they cut a bit of, basically cut a bit of the lug off.
Yeah.
To leave them better in the ground.
Aye.
Seems to be doing the job, but time will only tell.
Aye, so we'll have to test them now, put them in a 4/4 plough or something.
Well, that's it. That's the only way to test them is actually to put them to work.
Yeah, yeah. Aye, so I think now I get a time lapse going. I think everything's happened there that fast. There's not much left to record, and we're only here about half an hour.
Well, my motto was get the job done. You can stand and bluff all you want after it.
Aye, that's it. All the talking after the job's done.
So don't forget to leave a few comments there. If you have any comments, put them in the box there and we'll get back onto you. If you want to sign in there to subscribe to the videos there, you'll see it from more go where the videos of where the 3650 has started from to where it is today. So yeah, look, we'll see you all back in episode 13.